Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Board YouTube channel that hammers NBA content division for Pick and Roll, the live stream that we run every weekday morning right around 9:45 a.m. Eastern time with myself, Jacob, my co-host over here, Pips, to hear his free picks for the NBA slate. And today we have a free pick on the way for you guys. So make sure you do hit the like button if you want to support the show and if you're tailing the bet, and subscribe to keep up to date with all our content and hit the notification bell so you know exactly when we're going live, because we do this show every weekday morning, but we also have the Thursday afternoon show, which will be going live later today with myself and Kirk Evans. What's going on, everybody in the chat? We have a lot of the similar names I usually see here. Matt Boisseau is here, Jerry We the Best, Badger Boy, Alan Churn, and Sam C back in the chat. Nice to see you guys back for this one. Let's get into the pick here. So we've had some issues with fluctuation on the line here, but we have a play still available at ESPN bet here in the Wizards and Lakers game. We're going to be going to Kyle Kuzma over 21.5 points, which is minus 125 at ESPN. This is the price that was originally selected. It's moved in other places, but only right now available at ESPN bet. It is available at Bet365 at minus 140. That is the max that Pips would go on this play here. So in the range of minus 125 to minus 140. If you are in Ontario, like myself, which maybe a few of you may be, Bet99 has this same price. BetSafe is very similar, as is Botano. Otherwise, elsewhere in the world, see what's available in your region. A tool like the BetStamp app, as we always say, is very helpful in these sort of endeavors to see very quickly where the best price is available to you. But many people have access to ESPN. We try not to use ESPN because it's not the widely available option, but today we'll have to maybe cheat a little bit. But let's go to you, Pips. It is available here. Why are you feeling the Kyle Kuzma over against his former team, the Lakers, today?
First of all, I'll say it's tough when you have one bet ready for the show and it moves heavily 3 minutes before the show with like 9:40 it was available, 9:42 it wasn't available. So yeah, it was difficult. So we can't do much. I can't just find a new bet in like 2 minutes. So yeah, we are going with ESPN. That's not something that will be happening a lot during the season, but in the rare cases like this, we just need to do it, or we wouldn't have any bets for today. So yeah, I like Kuzma because he is going against the Lakers. His Lakers team he was drafting last season, even with Porzingis there, Bill there. They played in both games against the Lakers. Kuzma scored 26 and 22. He was very aggressive, had one of the highest usage games of the season. This season, this line should be easy for him. And why is that? As part of that, especially because since the All-Star break, we have Poole moving to the bench, and uh, Kuzma usage increased. If you take a look at the graphics, Kuzma against teams ranked above average in pace, and when he takes 16 or more field goal attempts, over in 71% of the games, average 25.6. Why 16 plus field goal attempts? By using it, by even using that metric filter, because first game with Poole off the bench, he shot 25 field goal attempts against the Denver Nuggets, one of the best defenses, in a blowout, and scored 31 points in a blowout against Denver Nuggets. That's insane. Then it was a blowout loss against the Thunder by 40. Still ended up shooting 14 field goal attempts in 26 minutes. Last two games, he played 39 in 38 minutes, like huge minutes, and shot 24 and 21 times against the Cleveland and Golden State Warriors. So after the break, he played top 10 defensive teams, all top 10 defensive teams, and he was just shooting a lot and covering a lot. 31 against Denver, 27 against Cavs, 27 against Golden State Warriors. And Golden State Warriors, after the Draymond return, is top 5 defense in the league. So he was crushing it in way more difficult matchups than the one today. And one today is honestly easy matchup for him. Lakers allow the most threes in the league. They play at top 5 pace. LeBron should be out, so there should be less chance for a blowout. This is just a great spot for Kyle Kuzma, especially with him always being so much more aggressive against the Lakers. And if you take a look, transition defense by Lakers, poor defense, spot up defense, poor defense, pick and roll ball handler defense. Even with Poole of the bench, he'll even increase pick and roll ball handler stuff. If you look at the shot map by the Lakers, they are below average almost in every position, every spot. Yeah, that's a prime time spot for Kyle Kuzma tonight.
Interesting development price wise here. DraftKings alternate lines. If you go check there, according to Adam in chat here, is minus 130, which is still good to take. As we mentioned, you could play this up to minus 140. This one definitely is. It's going to be difficult to find it at this price a little bit later on in the day, as lines were already moving as we got towards the show. Again, apologies, we won't usually have plays like this before today. There wasn't really many other options, but minus 130 available at DraftKings, minus 125 when we gave it out at ESPN, minus 143.65, the highest that we would recommend for this play. With that, let's move to the recap of yesterday's plays. And unfortunately, the 7 straight days of profitable shows comes to an end here at the hand of a Zion Williamson hook. We got it moved a lot during the day. It got up to 25.5. Then as some Pelicans players got themselves back into availability, we still had solid price overall in the bet, but it ends up losing. We have first losing day for the first losing day since February 12th. Zion gets 23 points. We needed 24 or more. He goes 2 of 5 from the line. I think he had 23 with 6.5 minutes left. I think that's what you said to me. Yeah. Very, very, very unlucky here, and very, very, very unlucky on the season. Hooks on the show are 5 and 13. So that's when an assist line and a rebound line is at least 9.5, and a point line is at least 10.5, where we count these. 5 and 13. The show is up nearly 5 units on the season. If these hooks are even 500, so 9 and 9 on hooks this season, the show is up 13 units rather than 5 units, at least 13 units. So the luck on the show really has not been there, yet still powering through with a winning record. Anyways, Pips, this play here. How did Zion struggle to get that last point that we needed for the bet?
I mean, 6:30 he made a three, which is kind of insane, but he took 2 3 pointers. First one also was very close to going in, and second one was like easy smash. I think he could even be like 30+% shooter from the three if he was shooting more, but won't do much for him. He was struggling with physicality inside. I think I watched the entire game. I would say like they didn't call like at least like 5 fouls for him to get like 10 more free throws. And it's not even, I don't think it's much questionable. He was getting pounded on the drives. But yeah, he missed a lot of bunnies. He was 9 from 18 on layups. And considering that he made a couple of dunks, that means like he shot below like 50% on layups in this game. So when you have Zion with 20 field goal attempts and 5 free throws, you expect him to cover it, especially against the defense of Indiana Pacers. I didn't like how they used him, and I didn't like he was benched for like with 5 minutes left. He was benched for like 2 minutes. It doesn't make any sense because Pelicans were down like 20 entire game. They came back to the six with 5 minutes left, and Brown pulls him out for 2 minutes. He comes back. It's like on a blowout game, and he played 2 more minutes and gets again pulled out. Missed a layup to cover with 2.5 minutes left. Yeah, just and he started the game. I think like three straight missed free throws and made two. So yeah, so many times this
Yeah,
season. But
yeah, it's
I think the
surreal.
bet was great. It wins way more often than not. So hopefully,
It's
Kuzma
surreal.
scores at least 22.
Sam C says, can't wait to go on an 8-0 run for positive hook plays, get this back to 50%. Last year, actually, we started similar to this and then had big swing in positive variance on hooks as we got closer to the end of the season. Not suggesting that will be the case this year. That's just as likely as even further in the opposite direction. But as I said, like the juice you lose on these hook losses as well. Like the show is up at least 14 units, if at least 13, definitely, probably up 14 units if we're 500 on hooks, as it is up 5 units in the season. Again, very, very unlucky there. Some conversations going to chat about getting limited at certain sports books. One piece of advice I'll give out to the viewers here regarding that before we go into a discussion piece. So for the show, oftentimes these lines move quickly. So if a play is given out, you quickly go to that sports book and fire away on that wager. I would recommend, I put in the chat here, spend some time on the sports book beforehand on the show, maybe play around, look at different lines there. And then when the play is given out, you can go to that bet and play it, just because sports books will monitor your time on the app and whatnot. So if you go to the app and immediately go to the game and immediately play the bet, pick off, maybe it's a stale line or one of the bets here that maybe moves throughout the day, you're more likely to get profiled rather than if you spend some time in the sports book and it's as if you're finding that bet organically. That would probably give you a better chance to keep off of the profiling. No guarantees for sure, but that's something that you can use strategy wise to try and mitigate the risk of getting limited for anybody out there watching. All right, let's go to a discussion piece here. Me and Pips were talking about this earlier on today. Decided to bring it up on the show as well. NBA University on Twitter, great account to follow at NBA_University, released data regarding highest pull-up three-point percentages since the start of 2024, and there are some very interesting numbers here. So for the people listening audio form, Mike Conley is top of the list with 48.2% on 56 pull-up three-point attempts since the start of 2024. That's number one. SGA is number two. Colin Sexton, number three. Out at the bottom, last place among qualifying players, 43rd position, is DeJounte Murray at 22.6% on 54 attempts. That isn't that surprising. What's the most surprising thing about these statistics, Victor Wembanyama is number 4 on the list. He is shooting 45.6% on 57 pull-up threes since the start of 2024. That is absolutely absurd. He has more blocks than any other team in the NBA since the return of the All-Star break. More blocks than any team on his own. And he's shooting the three ball like this on pull-up Jays. Yeah, this is crazy. Pips, let's start with DeJounte Murray. We had some choice words for him it was either yesterday or 2 days ago. Does it feel this bad while you're watching the Hawks and DeJounte Murray as he's playing?
Yeah, it is like not maybe this bad. This is like fourth stage probably just.
Yeah.
But he started the season insanely hot, so this is just going back to the mean. Yeah, the shots he makes are the one created by Trae Young, and that's spot up shots. That's the one he makes. Pull up shooting is not his forte. So yeah, this is like just showing how terrible of a shooter he is, and that doesn't work. If you take a look at the entire list, I would say pretty much interesting. Like everyone probably thinks like McCollum, Kyrie, DLO, Jamal Murray should be there for sure. But it's like guys like Sexton, like he's playing unbelievable this season. So he's seeing him up there with this is kind of very interesting. Wembanyama, like he shot so much better from pull-up threes than spot-up threes. That just doesn't make any sense, but maybe it does because of his form. But he will improve on the spot-up threes. I think they are the easier shot than pull-up threes. So he's seeing him being so great at pull-up threes. There is a video a couple of games ago when he was like just isolation between the legs, step back three, not even looking, it goes in. Like that was just insane.
Yeah.
Like
When he looked,
stuff.
when he hit it and didn't even watch it go in. That, are you talking about that one? Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
yeah,
the
unstoppable.
league
Yeah,
is cooked, man.
yeah.
The league is cooked because not only do they have Wemby, they're gonna have a top 5 pick probably this year as well from their own pick, which could turn into a better one, of course. And they will likely have a top 10 pick from the Raptors in the 7 to 10 range. It's top 6 protected, but they're going to likely have 2 top 10 picks this season to add on to what Victor Wembanyama already brings. It is, it's scary. It's scary hours. I don't know if they have many more picks. And maybe they have more. But anyways, having this guy to build around is quite something. He is arguably, not arguably, he's one of the best defenders in the NBA already, arguably at the top with some other guys in terms of his rim protection. I'm sure perimeter play will only stand to improve. And also with the shooting like this and the offense that he brings, this is absolutely crazy as well.
I
Alan
think
mentioned
I think
chat. Sorry, go ahead, and I'll get to this.
it's interesting that I think he is like second or third for defensive player of the year on the bookies. I think you can find
Gobert's
it
the
like
humongous favorite, but I think
yeah,
he is near the top.
that's no brainer. Like Wolves are by far the best defense in the league. But I don't think switching I mean, I love Rudy Gobert no matter what everyone said. Like he's insane on defense. But switching up Gobert and Wembanyama, I don't think Wolves will be worse. At least not by a huge margin. So yeah, it makes sense. He's playing at the worst team in the league. So yeah, imagine the Spurs without Wembanyama. It will be like one of the worst teams ever
Yeah,
in all data.
yeah. Alan mentioned, I was saying, SGA very high in this list. Second, 47.8 shooting on pull-up threes on 69 attempts as well. Mentioning that his 3-point overall isn't great. His threes are great, actually, this season. SGA is shooting 39% overall on threes this season on 3.4 attempts. So he's definitely been shooting the ball well and is absolutely making it a really compelling MVP case. I think the MVP discussion will come down to positioning in the West, and I think that will be the excuse for people to try and vote one way or the other on these two. But SGA is definitely in the mix, despite Jokic being the favorite right now. I also found interesting D'Angelo Russell top 10 on this list.
I mean, yeah, but he is a pull-up shooter. Like, just recently got insanely hot, but
Yeah,
he's a pull-up shooter. Like, but the other guys like Miles Bridges, I think it's Miles Bridges like at 8. I'm not
yeah.
looking at it now, but that's insane. Like, never like that. This was like running dunk guy for most of his career. Now he's like seventh spot for pull-up threes, which is insane.
Yeah, you're right. That's D'Lo's bread and butter. I suppose if he gets hot from there and he's taken 69 since the start of the year, that's impressive. Jamal Murray also 90 pull-up attempts from three, 40%. That's also quite good. But
Yeah, he is insane. Like that's best part of his game. Like he can just ball.
so
But
overall, I
yesterday,
mean,
last night, I don't know if it's counted last night, but last night I think he was insane. I watched the game. He completely blown out Kings by his own. Like he was 5 from 6 last night. Like Jamal Murray is when healthy, not when
well,
we bet him against the Bucks, but when healthy, one of the best pull-up shooters in the league.
absolutely. Let's recap the one plate that we have for today's show. As a reminder, it's not typical. We'll give an ESPN bet number, but needs must for the show today. We got this minus 125 at ESPN. It was minus 130 on the alternate line at DraftKings, and it was minus 140 at 365. Minus 140, wherever you can get it, is the max that Pips would recommend playing this up to, but it is over 21.5 points for Kyle Kuzma in a return to LA to take on the Lakers. Again, over 21.5 points, minus 125 at ESPN Bet is our official play on the show today. Reminder, I'll be back later today with Kirk Evans for some more NBA betting and discussion. Me and Pips, though, will be back tomorrow to round off the week and start off a brand new month on the show for Pick and Roll. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for more, and we'll see you again next time.